So today we'll start with a new topic that is called as AC voltage controller. Mic is on. Okay. We have studied about DC to DC converters. Then we had studied about inverters, which was converting your DC into AC. Now what we are going to control is your AC supply. So AC voltage controllers. So we are giving a AC supply at the output also we are getting a AC voltage, and that voltage we are trying to control. So it's same as your, if you remember your transformer, what it does, AC to AC, step up or step down. Okay, so AC voltage controller is the same type of conversion device. It converts into AC to AC, having more efficiency than a transformer, because in a transformer you will need a core, there will be core loss, you will need some winding resistances, you need to have primary, secondary windings, so you need, there will be drop across those and there will be I square R losses. But in AC voltage controller, you are simply using a switch. If your switch is ideal, so your power loss will be zero. In non-ideal case, there will be always some small amount of switching losses and conduction losses. So this is one of the very efficient circuit of converting AC to AC. So what it does, my first point says the description of your AC voltage controller. So it's basically a thyristor based devices. Okay, we are using SCRs, and I hope so SCRs has been taught or a little bit started by the other faculty. So AC voltage controller are basically thyristor based devices which converts your alternating voltage directly into variable alternating voltage. So you are changing your alternating voltage, that is you are stepping up or down your voltage, but there is a limitation over here, that is we do not change in frequency. There is another circuit over there, next day we will study cycloconverter, which converts AC to AC only, but your magnitude, maximum value of your AC voltage remains constant, but over there, there is a change in frequency. So this circuit only aims at converting fixed AC into variable AC without change in frequency, which is same as your transformer. Transformer also doesn't allow change in frequency. So what is there? It uses only a switch. You need a AC source, in between you need a switch, and after that there is a load. So then the losses that will be present only will be the switching losses. No other loss will be present. So if losses are less, less maintenance will be needed. So less cost will also be there. And always your size will be compact because you are using a small switch over there. Okay, and this will lead to high efficiency. Now, AC voltage controllers are over here, used over here, are generally line commutated. We had already talked about this line commutation, that if a PN device is used, if I am using a diode with AC supply, automatically during the negative half cycle, it turns off. So since our supply is AC, it's converting AC to AC. So our supply is AC. During the negative half cycle, automatically the switch will be off. So we don't have to force commutate it, which was during your inverter. Your supply was DC, we needed some external circuits that was used to turn off your thyristor. So force commutation was needed, but because our here supply is AC, automatically will get negative voltage. So there is no need of force commutation. So it will be directly commutated or turned off through line voltage only. So that's why the word line commutation is needed. And since no commutation circuit is required, so no complex commutation circuits are required over here. Okay. But there are some introduction of harmonics. Harmonics is always present in any power electronics converter. For that we need to design. For that we need to design filters. Achha, if my voice cuts, you just tell me anywhere. By network is showing it is unstable. যদি শুনতে পাও না মাঝখানে একটু বলো আমাকে, তাহলে আমি বুঝতে পারবো। So there are obviously harmonics present in the supply current, supply voltages. Okay. And where it is application, it can be used wherever a transformer is not, means if you have a better advantage of using a AC voltage controller over a transformer, then you can use it. because it is compact and less maintenance, more efficiency. So it can be used in domestic and industrial heating, transformer tap changing, which can be done also by a auto transformer. Using this also, since variable voltage can be obtained, we can use as similar to a auto transformer. It can be used in lighting control, means you reduce the voltage, the light will be dim. If you increase the voltage, the light will glow more. So that's how you can do your lighting control. And also, obviously, since voltage is controlled, you can go about speed control of single phase and three phase AC packs. What are the two control strategies that are used in your AC voltage controllers? Okay, in your question or anywhere, you may get two words over here, controllers or regulators. Both are same. So if I say AC voltage regulators or voltage controllers, that means this only, AC voltage controllers. So what AC voltage controllers? Okay, AC/DC is AC voltage controller. There are two types of control strategies employed over here. One is your phase control and one is your integral control. So our mode of we will understand this to how this phase control and integral cycle control is brought about. So next slide we will understand our phase control. Answer. First, before going into this, I will just tell you what type of questions can come. There may be a question in your exam may come like this. Explain single phase half wave AC voltage controller using Arduino. Okay, so you have to draw these two diagrams and waveforms, and you have to write the explanation which I am saying in words. I'll explain you now. You have to write this. Okay, I have not written any explanation over here because it will be a huge presentation then. You just understand how I am explaining, you have to write it down accordingly. So how this works? Now, if you see what we are doing, our is a AC voltage controller, supply will be AC. So supply is a AC voltage, which is Vm sin omega t. At the output also, V naught, which is shown over here, will get AC because it is AC to AC converter. And how we are bringing this conversion? We are bringing using a thyristor device or a triac or using diode also we can do. Now, according to the name will go. Now, if you remember this circuit, if I remove this diode from here, so it will become a AC source switch load. So it is a half wave rectifier circuit. Right, if you recall your half wave rectifier circuit, so without this D1, the source T1 and R makes a half wave rectifier circuit. So that is DC, means we get only positive half cycle, but at the output we need AC. So we need negative half cycle also. So we need a conduction during this period also. So that's why we are using a anti-parallel diode over here in order to get that negative half cycle. So if you remember your basic DC rectifier, AC to DC rectifier, then you can understand this very basic AC voltage control. Now, how this operation is done? First thing, why it is called half wave? Okay, I will just explain. Then I will go to why half wave. Now, what happens over here? I first draw my. You can draw over here your sine wave. I'm just drawing for you. So according to this only, means this is my pi, this is my 2 pi. Okay. I'm drawing my sine wave over here. This is my supply Vs. So if this is my supply Vs in the first half cycle. Okay, so how you should write your theory? You should write like this: mode 1, that is 0 less than equal to omega t less than equal to pi. So we'll describe this 0 to pi region first. So that becomes our mode 1. So we are describing this region 0 to pi. So first description during this region, then description in mode 2. So in mode 1 what happens? My Vs is positive. So I can write this terminal as positive as negative as shown over here. So this positive connected to this positive of T1 thyristor, it gets turned on. This connected to negative D1 is off. So my current flows from the source positive through T1 R and minus. And thyristor is a gate control device. So whenever I give a gate pulse over here, then only it is on. If this thyristor is off, can I say this point is open circuited? So there is no connection between these 2 points. So if there is no connection between these 2 points, what will be the voltage? V0 will be equal to 0. So till the point I don't give a gate pulse to the thyristor T1 will be off, and there will be no connection between these 2 points, and so no power can flow from the source to the load. That's why during
ওইটা
this
কি ওই আলফা টাইম পর পালসটা দেওয়া হচ্ছে?
yes, we are giving a pulse after alpha time. ওকে, মানে তোমাদের ওইদিকে কত দূর হয়েছে? থাইরিস্টার শুরু হয়েছে? জেএস ম্যাডামের ক্লাসে থাইরিস্টার?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। তাহলে you may have heard about this alpha. This is called as firing angle. Okay, so this is a firing angle over here. So if I draw the gate pulse over here, I am giving a gate pulse at this point. So up to this point, from this point to this point, I am not giving a gate pulse. So thyristor is off. So my V naught is 0 during this point. Now, as soon as my gate pulse is given at this point, right? As soon as my gate pulse is given at this point, so my thyristor is on, this is off. So current starts flowing in this direction. So if you apply KVL, if I consider this as ideal, Vs is equal to V0. So my V0 will follow my Vs. So my V0 is following my Vs from this point. So what is my Vs from this point? From this point, right? From this point, we are getting this one. So from this point, we are getting this curve. From this point to this point, it will be a rise in potential. So it will reach at this point and then continue V0 equal to Vs until it reaches 5. Okay. Now it is a resistive load. It will follow the same as your voltage. So voltage and current look same, except there will be a change in magnitude. This will be Vm and this will be Vm by R. So if it is 10 and my resistance is 5, so 10 by 5 gives you 2. So this magnitude will be 2 and this magnitude will be 10. So I hope you have understood this first half cycle. So how you should write in your exam: mode 1, 0 to pi. During this period, the upper terminal of Vm is positive, lower terminal is negative. Until and unless T1 is given gate pulse, V0 is equal to 0. At omega t equal to alpha, we give a gate pulse, hence T1 conducts, thus V0 is equal to Vs. And since it is a resistive load, I0 is equal to V0 by R. This is what you have to write in sentence in your exam hall.
তাহলে এখানে ভোল্টেজটা কন্ট্রোলটা কি করে হচ্ছে?
এই যে আলফা কন্ট্রোল হয়ে গেল, আগে পুরো এর এভারেজ ভ্যালু করো, কমপ্লিট করো। এর এভারেজ ভ্যালু কোন পয়েন্টে হবে?
পালসটা দিয়ে।
পালসটা দিয়ে যখনই অন করছো, ইউ আর কন্ট্রোলিং। means previously my average value was ranging from 0 to pi. Now my average value or RMS value is ranging from alpha to pi. তাহলে obviously কম হবে, কারণ এতটা গ্যাপ আছে।
আর পালসটা কি অটোমেটিক হয় না, কিন্তু ম্যানুয়ালি করতে হয়?
We have to generate those pulses manually. We ওই যে যেরকম আমরা PWM শিখলাম না, ট্রায়াঙ্গেল এর সাথে you have to compare a DC and generate that pulse. That you have to generate and give it to us. Generation has to be done accordingly, keeping in mind that my output should be 50 Hz. Yes, okay. During the next half cycle, Vs becomes negative. So this terminal becomes negative with respect to this one. So minus connected to positive, T1 is automatically off. So that's why we were telling that the thyristor is becoming off by line commutation. We don't need any external circuit to create a negative voltage across. So my line voltage is changing, and according to that, my thyristor is turned off. So minus connected to this D1. Now this D1 will conduct. Now in D1 we know as soon as we give a as soon as a positive voltage is given to D1, means a diode, it turns on. There is no need of giving extra pulse to it to turn it on, right? So as soon as this negative voltage is connected to D1, it starts conducting. So at pi point only that voltage goes negative, right? So the diode starts conducting. So D1 is written over here, but T1 starts conducting from this point, because up to this point your no gate pulse is given. Ig was 0. Now during this period D1 will conduct. So again, if you apply KVL, V0 is equal to Vs. What is Vs during this portion? Negative part. So that's why this negative voltage is gone over. So now you should explain in mode 2. Mode 2 from pi to 2 pi. You should write voltage, source voltage has become negative, hence T1 is off and D1 is on. So if you apply KVL in the circuit, current, you should write then hence the source is connected to the load through D1, hence applying KVL to the circuit, V0 is equal to Vs and I0 will be V0 by R. So this is the diagram that should be followed. So negative current over here. Now you are saying you are having a positive as well as negative. So output is AC. Okay, if you remove this diode, what will have? Only this positive parts, no negative parts. So obviously you are getting DC, one-sided voltage, positive voltage. So that's why we are going for AC to AC conversion using this circuit. Now why it is called half-wave AC voltage controller? Because if you look at the waveforms, over here, only the half wave is getting controlled. Only half wave is getting controlled. The other half wave is full. You can't have a control over this half side of the voltage because you are using a diode. That's why we are having half wave AC voltage controller. Only half side is being controlled. Now what we will do next is all power electronic circuit has calculations. So next is doing the calculations. So from here derivation can come. Okay, in previous inverter and DC to DC converter average and RMS value calculations, you have to remember formulas. No need of practicing the derivation. You have to practice the derivation in order to remember, but in a semester exam no derivation will come. But for this circuits of rectifier AC to AC voltage controller or cycloconverter, derivations will come. Okay, so we'll do the show the derivation, and obviously you have to remember these formulas, V average and RMS. So there are a huge number of formulas. I have told you again and again. Please make a list of this. Okay, so average value of output voltage. So if you calculate the average value of output voltage, you can see the time period will be 2 pi only, right? From 0 to 2 pi, every 2 pi cycle my waveform repeats. So 1 by 2 pi. So 1 by 2 pi, where the waveform is starting from alpha and ending at which point? 2 pi. So alpha to 2 pi, Vm sin omega t d omega t. Do the integration. First one I will do for you. Next one I will tell you directly. Sin omega t is minus cos omega t. Put the limits alpha 2 pi. So this will become, you put the limits cos 2 pi cos alpha, you will get Vm by 2 pi cos alpha minus 1. If you are told to calculate the value of average output current, what you will do? V0 average by R. Okay, this is simple. You should understand how to calculate your average value of output voltage. If it is told current, divided by R. If it is told RMS value, calculate the RMS. Sorry, it will be RMS over here. This will be RMS. So RMS by R. So RMS value of output voltage. How will you do? You know, 1 by time period 0 to t ft square d omega t dt to the power half. So what is my time period? 1 by 2 pi. Same function, right? Is alpha to 2 pi over here. Function squared. So this square, Vm square sine square omega. Now, since all my input is sine wave in case of AC to AC voltage controller, cycloconverter and rectifier, which will be studied later, you should remember this. Sine square in RMS value calculation, sine square will come, and sine square will be always broken into 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. That 2 comes outside, and this multiplied by 2, that gives me 4 pi. Okay, please remember this. One sine squared omega t will come in every equation. That will be broken into 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2. Okay, that 2 multiplied by this 2 gives you 4. Then you do normal integration. 1 with respect to omega t will be omega t. Cos 2 omega t will be sine 2 omega t by 2. Then put the limits, you will get this value. So you are seeing these are very huge formulas, and for different circuits there will be more than around 30-40 circuits. So for each circuit there will be different formulas. So you should make a list of all those formulas from now on. So V naught RMS is equal to Vm by 2, and rest followed according to the derivation to the power half. In your semester exam, these derivations can come. Okay, and from this also problems can be given.
স্যার এখানে ভি নট এভারেজ তো ম্যাক্সিমাম কেসেই নেগেটিভ আসবে,
একদম নেগেটিভ আসবে, নেগেটিভ আসবে।
তাহলে আমরা দিচ্ছি যেটা ইনপুটে সেটার যদি এভারেজ করি সেটা তো পজিটিভ হবে, মানে এটা তো ইনভার্টও হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
আরেকবার বলো কোশ্চেনটা। হ্যাঁ, নেগেটিভ আসবে, তারপর
ইনপুটে যেটা দিচ্ছি সেটা তো এভারেজ পজিটিভ।
হ্যাঁ, ইনপুটে এভারেজ
মানে ম্যাগনিটিউড পজিটিভ। এবার আউটপুটে ওটা তো নেগেটিভ চলে আসছে, মানে ইনভার্ট হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
মানে এই দিকে কারেন্টটা, মানে বেসিক্যালি কারেন্টটার ডাইরেকশনটা উল্টো দিকে ফ্লো হচ্ছে, মানে বেশিরভাগ মানে এখানে মানে নেট কারেন্ট যেটা বলছি উল্টো দিকে ফ্লো হচ্ছে, ওটাই ডিনোট হচ্ছে, আর কিছু না। দেখবে একটা প্রবলেম দেখছে, মানে আমি অ্যাভারেজ কারেন্টটা বলছি উল্টো দিকে ফ্লো হচ্ছে। সাইকেলটা এরকম হবে, অ্যাভারেজ কারেন্ট ইফ ইউ ড্র দি অ্যাভারেজ ইট উইল বি নেগেটিভ ভ্যালু। আর এগুলো সব বেসিক্যালি অর স্টেপ ডাউন কনভার্টার্স। হ্যাঁ, মানে আউটপুট ভোল্টেজ ক্যান নেভার বি গ্রেটার দ্যান ইনপুট ভোল্টেজ, বিকজ ইউ সি this is cut by an angle alpha. If I take the total sine wave, average value will be greater. Now this is reduced by an angle alpha, so average value will always be less. এবার তুমি যেটা বলছিলে average value will be negative. Now you see this circuit over here, average value will come out to be positive. To eliminate in a half wave AC voltage controller, your average value of voltage and current will obviously be negative. And if you want to eliminate those, if I want my average value also to be positive at the output, so what we'll go to use is a full wave AC voltage controller. Now in full wave AC voltage controller, we need what? Control of both the cycles. So what we'll do is use thyristor in both sides. Means both sides will use an anti-parallel thyristor in both sides, so that thyristor conducts during positive half cycle as well as during negative half cycle. So if you recall the previous figure, so during the positive half cycle T1 will conduct, during the negative half cycle which will conduct T2. So you see over here, go to the diagram. This is my AC voltage drawn over here. V naught will be started after an angle alpha. You can start at 0.0. Okay, if you want to start the thyristor at 0.0 also, behavior will be as similar as a diode, you can do it. So alpha is controllable, whatever you want to give your alpha, that is up to you. And always remember, in order to make the average value similar, means positive half cycle and negative half cycle average value similar, this point is alpha, so this point is also alpha. So if this is 30 degree, this is 210. So this is one consideration which we take. If this is 30, don't take this as 60. Okay, otherwise the average value will change over here. We take a symmetrical waveform. So during the positive half cycle, which will conduct T1. So T1 is conducting. So we are getting a waveform starting from alpha, ending at pi. Now during the negative half cycle, obviously previously which was conducting diode, instead of a diode which will conduct T2. So now we can control the negative half cycle also. See, the negative half cycle is controlled up to a point alpha. and then we get a negative cycle and then continues. Okay. I naught and IS will follow your voltage only. So this will be drawn like this. Why IS is similar? Because the circuit is a series circuit. So IS and I naught will be similar. You can understand this. So whatever you are drawing IS will be similar to as I naught. Conduction during positive half cycle is T1, negative half cycle T2, and after that repeats. So up to one cycle, if you understand the operation, next cycle it repeats itself. So in the exam, always keep a practice to draw up to 3 pi. Okay, like as we had done in inverter, up to 360 we had done, then we had shown another positive half cycle, means another 60 degrees we have shown to show the continuity of the waveform. So you need to draw up to 3 pi. Up to 2 pi is now you have to draw correctly, and if you draw up to 2 pi correctly, this 0 to pi will repeat afterwards. So this will explain the continuity of the waveform. Okay. Now one thing more I have explained over here. Another thing can come in your question. When I told like this, explain the operation of single phase full wave AC voltage controller with R load along with waveforms. So you draw this Vs, V0 and Is. If at all it is told to draw VT1 and VT2, you draw it. Otherwise, no need to draw it. In your question, if it is stated, then only draw it. Now, how will you draw it? VT1 and VT2. What is VT1? The voltage across thyristor T1. So if my thyristor is on, this point and this point is short circuited, what will be VT1? 0. So whenever my thyristor is on, ideally VT1 will be 0. So when my thyristor is on during this period, 0 to pi, means alpha to pi. So go during this period alpha to pi, it is 0, or they have not considered it ideal, they have shown as a voltage drop. So let us consider there may be a voltage drop. So that is shown. You can draw this as 0 also, no problem. And when I will get VT1, I'll get VT1 when this is off. When this is off, during this period 0 to alpha. So during this period, if this is off, which voltage I'll get Vs? If I connect a voltmeter over here, which voltage I'll get Vs over here? So what is Vs during this period? This small value. So that's why this small value is drawn over here. Okay. And this again continues in this form. So you go through this. I have explained the first part. Next part you understand as a self step. Okay. Now what happens to this T2? So T2 is off during this period. So there will be a Vs during this period appearing across T2. So Vs during this period appearing across this T2 as a positive voltage. Okay, because this is connected in the opposite direction. So if I connect a voltmeter, I'll connect positive terminal over here. So and negative terminal over here. That's why I'll get opposite to that voltage over here. If you have connected in the opposite way, you could have got this negative voltage. Okay, since my voltmeter is connected like this, because this terminal is positive and this terminal is negative, I'll get a voltage like this. So this continues in this form. So you go through this and understand. I have also used a simulation in the later circuit, you will understand. Now you see the average value. Over here, the average value will be positive. Now it is a sine wave over here, right? So if you take alpha equal to 0, you will get a sine wave only. So in order to calculate the average and RMS value, we'll calculate for the half cycle. So if you take the average value of this cycle, it will be 0. So we will not calculate your average value because positive and negative cycle is similar. So you can calculate the average value up to half cycle, no problem. I have shown it as a 0. And then also I have calculated for the half cycle and shown to you. Because for a sine wave, we calculate average value for a half cycle. But actually, if you take the total cycle, it will be 0. That's why 0 is written over here. So V0 average, so we'll take half cycle 1 by pi. So integration from which point? Alpha to pi. So integration from which point? Alpha to pi. What we are integrating? Sine wave, Vm sin omega t d omega. And then goes on putting the limit, you will get Vm by pi cos alpha plus 1. So that average value which was being negative over there, we are eliminating over here. The average value becomes negative, a positive in this case. Now RMS value of your output voltage, what you will do? Same calculation, only function becomes square and to the power half. So all the steps are done. Again you see sin omega t comes in, sin square omega t comes into function. So you have 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 and then goes on to give you this equation. So this is your with R load full controlled converter. Now if you take a RL load. Now what happens during RL load? One thing you have to understand over here, rest all are same. Okay. One thing you have to understand over here, we are using a energy storing element over here. Now when we are using a energy storing element, one second. When we are using an energy storing element, we have to give certain time for discharging also. So we are considering that during the period when positive cycle is connected to T1, this is being charged. This inductor is being charged. So normal operation when my T1 is on. So when my T1 is on, it is charging and my current flows from Vs to V0. If you apply KVL, Vs equal to V0. So I'm thinking it is starting from this point. So it is starting from this point over here. So this is total is my alpha now. See, this total is my alpha now. Okay, so this is starting and going up to this. Now why this negative portion? Please remember this fact, negative portion over here, because we'll use this in rectifier also while explaining rectifier also. So over there I'll just do it very fast. So now only you understand it. Now whenever your inductor is there, it has to discharge. Now when it discharges, its polarity will change. So its polarity changes. Previously current was flowing I naught in this direction. So this is plus minus. Now inductive load, so it becomes minus plus. Current flow is in the same direction. We have already learned this. So now inductor acts as my source. This has charged up to a very high voltage. Vs is close to 0 at this point, right? Because it has crossed your pi. So which voltage will be greater? Your load voltage. So Vs, where this inductive voltage will now act as a source, and this thyristor T1 will remain on for some period of time until my inductive voltage becomes less than your Vs. Then only again my inductor will charge. So that's why during a small period of time when it will discharge, my inductor is acting as my source and keep this T1 on. You can see this minus connected to minus, this will be on. Minus connected to plus, this will be off. So even if you give a gate pulse to T2, it will not turn on because there is a negative voltage over here. So T1 remains on and the source gets connected to the load. So this source voltage only follows up to a small portion. So this angle is called as beta. Okay. Beta is called as, I think so, extinguishing angle. We just go through it once. I'll tell you later also. Extinguishing angle. This at this point is my inductor completely discharged. And this is through which one? Through T1 only. So through T1, which voltage we are getting? This Vs continuing in the negative direction. So up to beta, we are getting a negative voltage. So beta to alpha, we are getting a gap. I have taken alpha to be greater than beta. This all calculations are done according to your inductor voltage. I could have used a voltage like this also. I could have used the positive means negative part complete up to this. Okay, then alpha will be equal to beta, then it will be a complete sine wave. If alpha was equal to beta. In order to distinguish those facts, what is alpha and beta, beta is taken to be smaller than your this pi plus alpha value. So that's why this waveform is done. So now again during this period this will be off, and then again the next half cycle which will conduct T. So T2 will conduct. Again when it will off, it will discharge. So it will discharge through T2. Current is flowing in this direction, so plus minus, right? Again when it will discharge, so polarity will change. This will be plus, this will be minus. Plus connected to this plus, T2 will be on. So again it will discharge through T2. So it will discharge through T2, continue the same waveform until and unless it discharges. After the point it discharges, voltage will be 0. Then again T1 will come. And accordingly T1 is drawn over here. VT1 and VT2 is drawn over. Now what is the change in waveform? The limits of the waveform has changed. It has started from alpha. It has started from beta. See, alpha charging. This part is charging, so it is increasing. This part is discharging. It is decreasing. You can show it as a sine wave also, no problem. This is charging over here, then discharging over here also. Okay. I would rather ask you to show in this form because output if DC, then this waveform is correct. If it is AC, you can show in this nature only. Charging and then during this point it is discharged. Hey, you can draw this, no problem. This one is also correct. VT1 and VT2, you can draw it accordingly. When VT1 is off, you will get a voltage. When it is on, you will get 0. When VT2 is off, you will get a voltage.
ওই পোরশনটা আবার বলবেন, এই যে
কোন portion টা?
পাই প্লাস বিটার পর থেকে যে পাই প্লাস আলফা অবধি যে পোরশনটা,
হ্যাঁ, বিটা এবার দেখো।
পাই প্লাস বিটা থেকে পাই প্লাস আলফা যে জিনিসটা হচ্ছে ভোল্টেজটা,
এই
পোলারিটিটা
পয়েন্টটা
চেঞ্জ।
এই পয়েন্ট
হ্যাঁ, এই দুটো পয়েন্ট। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
এবার দেখো কি হচ্ছে, this has already charged, ঠিক আছে, this has already charged, now its polarity is minus plus, and this will try to discharge. Okay, now Vs has cost pi and its voltage is very less compared to your charging voltage of this one, so inductor will now act as a source and will discharge in this point. Now slowly as the inductor discharges and its voltage will decrease and become less than this Vs, এই Vs এর পোলারিটিটা এবার কাজ করবে, মানে we are having I'm telling you, this is a 12 volt, I'm connecting a voltage like this is a 12 volt, this is a 5 volt. Even though this plus is connected to this minus, current will flow from 12 to 5, right? If I connect the opposite way, current will not flow, right? If I connect a 5 over here, 12 over here, current will not. So up to this voltage is greater than this V0 is greater than this Vs, so T1 conducts. So as soon as this V0 falls below your Vs, now Vs has changed polarity and goes on increasing in the negative direction, তাহলে এটা এই পয়েন্টটা নেগেটিভ, এই পয়েন্টটা পজিটিভ। হ্যাঁ, তাহলে দেখো এই পয়েন্টটা নেগেটিভ, এই পয়েন্টটা পজিটিভ, আর প্লাস ম্যাগনিটিউড বাড়ছে, its magnitude is going on increasing. হ্যাঁ, তাহলে এবার এই ভোল্টেজটা কাজ করবে, মানে বাঁদিকের ভোল্টেজটা will act as my primary source. So if this acts as my primary source, this minus connected to this positive, T1 will be off. ওই জন্য T1 off হয়ে যাচ্ছে, ভোল্টেজটা 0 হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আমি ততক্ষণে গেট পালস দিইনি আমি T2 কে, ওর জন্য এই পয়েন্টে আমি ওয়েভফর্মটা শুরু হচ্ছে না। আমি যদি if suppose আমি যদি এই পয়েন্টে, ঠিক আছে, আমি যদি এই পয়েন্টে T2 কে অন করে দিতাম, ঠিক আছে, তাহলে এই পয়েন্ট থেকে আমার এই ওয়েভফর্মটা শুরু হয়ে যেত,
মানে এটা কন্টিনিউয়াস হয়ে যেত।
হ্যাঁ, কন্টিনিউয়াস হয়ে যেত, ঠিক আছে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
এবার এই আলফা এন্ড বিটা, all these values will depend upon your value of inductor. So if you increase the value of inductor, your L will increase, so time constant will increase, so your time to charge or means charge and discharge will also increase. একদম ফার্স্ট ক্লাসে আমি যে মাল্টিসিমের সিমুলেশন গুলো দেখিয়েছিলাম, you recall those simulation, how we changed our inductance and those charging.
তাহলে যখন ওই T1 টাকে অফ হয়ে যাচ্ছে সেই সময় তো ইন্ডাক্টরের ভোল্টেজের পোলারিটিটা অপোজিট হয়ে যাবে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এটা আস্তে আস্তে আবার চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আবার
তখন ডিসচার্জ দিতে শুরু করবে তো।
হ্যাঁ, না তখন মানে এটা তো কমপ্লিট প্রথমে চার্জ হলো এই পয়েন্ট অবধি, এইটুকুনি পয়েন্ট ডিসচার্জ হলো, ঠিক আছে, পোলারিটি তখন আবার চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে, মাইনাস প্লাস হয়ে গেছে, আবার চার্জিং হওয়া শুরু করে তখন T2 এর মধ্যে দিয়ে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
T2 এর মধ্যে দিয়ে চার্জিং যখন হবে তখন পোলারিটিটা কি হবে, আবার এটা প্লাস মাইনাস হয়ে যাবে, কারণ কারেন্ট এই দিক দিয়ে ফ্লো হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, পোলারিটিটা সেকেন্ড তখন সেম থেকে যাচ্ছে, ডিসচার্জিং আর সেকেন্ড ফেজ চার্জিং এ পোলারিটিটা সেম থাকছে।
ওর জন্য এই নেগেটিভেই কন্টিনিউ হয়ে যাচ্ছে ভোল্টেজটা।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে।
আচ্ছা, calculations I am leaving it up to you. See, all integration limits are only change, alpha to beta. All formulas same, only limits change, alpha to beta. Okay. So according to that, these formulas can be given. You can calculate your average and RMS values according. এবার একটা সিমুলেশন দেখিয়েছি, দেখো এটা সিমুলেশনটা দেখলে বুঝতে পারবে। So this is a half wave, one thyristor, one diode, and this is a full wave, two thyristors. So I'll just show you the waveforms. So if I plot Vs, the Vs is common for both, so I plotted one. V0 is my half wave output and V0(1) is my full wave output. So you check accordingly. Full wave means both side is controlled. See, both side is controlled. Half wave is only half side is controlled. Now what you can do, you can let's check the values. Vt is my yes, Vt is my voltage across your thyristor T. That means this one. So this one. Okay. So, okay. So during this cycle T1 was on, and during this small period T1 was off. So T beat means T was off. So during this period I am getting a pulse. Pulse means this point from over here, this part of your sine wave. Okay, and for your V01, I think that will be VT1. So VT1, you just look over here off. Then during the next half cycle also it was being off during this period, because it was a diode over here. In this case you see the difference why this is happening, because if you look at this picture over here, during the next half cycle diode starts on immediately, right? Diode starts on immediately. Diode starts on immediately. So these 2 points become short circuited immediately. So Vt reads from pi only 0. From pi only it is 0. See, from pi only it is 0. But if you see this waveform during this pi to pi plus alpha, during this no switch is on, so you will get an open circuit voltage. That's why you are getting an open circuit voltage.
VT1 টা কোনটা?
VT1 হচ্ছে, this is a voltage across this thyristor. VT1 যেটা আমরা পড়লাম।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
VT1 এই যে VT1 পজিটিভ নেগেটিভ, পজিটিভ 0 নেগেটিভ VT1।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
VT1 পজিটিভ 0 নেগেটিভ, রাইট? VT2
আর
নেগেটিভ,
VT1 এর গ্রেডিয়েন্ট দুটো আলাদা হচ্ছে।
আরেকবার বলো কি?
VT আর VT1 এর গ্রেডিয়েন্ট দুটো বলছে আলাদা হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ, এটা তো আলাদা সার্কিট। ভিটি তো তোমার এইটা, ভিটি তো তোমার এইটা হাফ ওয়েভের ক্ষেত্রে এইদিকে তো ডায়োড আছে।
হ্যাঁ, ওই ডায়োড ওটা দুটো থাইরিস্টর।
না গ্রেডিয়েন্ট আলাদা হবে না। গ্রেডিয়েন্ট আলাদা কি করে হবে? সাপ্লাই ভোল্টেজটা একই। তুমি যদি এটাকে কমপ্লিটলি, সাপ্লাই ভোল্টেজ তো একই দিয়েছি 230, গ্রেডিয়েন্ট আলাদা হতেই পারে। ওটা দেখে মনে হচ্ছে ওরকম, কিন্তু তুমি যদি
ক্যালকুলেশন করলে হয়তো একই আসবে।
হ্যাঁ, ওটা দেখে ওই ওয়েভফর্মটা মানে স্কেলিং করে দিয়েছে তো ওয়েভফর্মটা, ওর জন্য ঠিক আছে। এই দেখো 100 থেকে একটু ওপরে 120 মধ্যে, এটাও দেখো 100 থেকে ওপরে ওই 120 মধ্যেই আছে, ঠিক আছে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এক্স অ্যাক্সিস তো সেমই আছে।
এক্স্যাক্টলি ওটা মানে ওইটা স্কেলিং করে দিয়েছে এই ওয়েভফর্মটা। এখানে সব we have plotted VT1 VT2, you can cross verify all these things what we have drawn। ঠিক আছে, এই ফাইলটা পাঠিয়ে দেবো, পিসিং তো অলরেডি পাঠানো আছে, you can simulate this circuit and find out। so আচ্ছা, এবার যে জিনিসটা আমরা করব নেক্সট ইজ your problem। ওকে, আচ্ছা আজকে এই দুটো প্রবলেম ডিসকাস করে ছাড়ছি। আমার প্রিন্সিপাল অফ ইন্টিগ্রাল কন্ট্রোলটা একটু টাইম লাগবে, 10 মিনিট। উইল সলভ দিস প্রবলেম ফর 5 মিনিটস এন্ড দেন টুডেস লেকচার, দেন নেক্সট ডে উইল কন্টিনিউ। আচ্ছা, প্রবলেমটা কেন বলছি ইম্পর্টেন্ট? কারণ আমরা ফর্মুলাস জানি, হাউ টু ইমপ্লিমেন্ট দোজ ফর্মুলাস ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। সো দিস কোয়েশ্চেন ওভার হিয়ার is a single phase half wave AC DC. Yes, R equal to 20 ohm. Input voltage 230 volt. Firing angle মানে alpha is given 45 degree. Calculate RMS value of output voltage, power delivered to load, input power factor, average input power। তাহলে RMS value of output voltage for half wave derive করেছিলাম, that formula only I have written it over here। Okay, now how will you use these values in this formula? Okay, দেখো formulas you have to remember, implement কি করে করবে, just one single thing you have to remember। কি হচ্ছে এখানে vm যখনই when we are giving a ac voltage to you, right, what we specify is our RMS voltage. If I tell 230 volt single phase supply, that is 230 is RMS. If I tell 440 volt three phase voltage, then obviously it is line voltage. এরকম that concept you have to keep in mind. So single phase supply, whatever voltage in question is RMS. So in my problem we have to apply Vm, and we know for a sine wave Vm is equal to Vs into root 2. Sorry, Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2, right? So Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2. So what should be Vm? Vrms root 2. So whatever value of voltage is given in your question, you should multiply with root 2. Okay, this will be applied for rectifier also. Okay, at that time I will not tell you, we'll go it directly. So now I am explaining you why we are using 230 root 2, because 230 is RMS value and we have to use Vm only. 230 root 2 by 2. Next, 1 by pi, 2 pi. Alpha, since it is 2 pi radian, your alpha or firing angle has to be converted into radian. So pi by 4. This alpha should be written pi by 4. Now, since this alpha is associated with sine, you should write this in degree. So 45 degree over here. Please be careful, because why I am saying that, because when you are doing in a calculator, you are using more degree. Okay, so that's why we should follow this. Don't convert it into mode radian, and don't say that we can write sir sine 2 into pi by 4 also. You can write 2 into pi by 4 also, no problem for me, but you are solving in calculator in degree mode. You do sine 90 and do sine 2 into pi by 4, sine pi by 2, keeping the mode in degree, you will not get 1 over there. Sine 90 is 1, sine pi by 2 in degree mode doesn't give 1. So please be careful what mode you are using in calculator. So follow degree mode. Vm should be Vrms root 2. Whenever alpha is associated with pi, any term associated, alpha is associated with pi term, any term of pi, 2 pi, maybe 3 pi, maybe 4 pi, so that alpha should be taken in radian. And whenever alpha is associated with sine function, this should be taken in degree. Then calculation is up to you. Okay, if you put this calculation directly in 991 ES, if you are using, you can write this equation directly and get the value directly also. Next, average current. So again you see alpha is associated with cos. So I'll write cos 45, not cos pi by 4. Because if you write this and implement in your calculator, it will be wrong. So you'll get this value. See, Shubhajit was telling it will be minus. Correct. V average should become minus because there's a diode in the negative half cycle, and in the diode full wave is there. So what you can anybody tell me what can be done in order to make this positive? If I want to make this average value as positive, what should be modified in this cycle? কি করতে পারি শুভজিৎ? এটাকে মডিফাই কি করা যেতে পারে যাতে হাফ ওয়েভ এসি ভোল্টেজ কন্ট্রোলারেই আমি পজিটিভ অ্যাভারেজ ভ্যালু পেতে পারি? আচ্ছা, নেগেটিভটা কেন পাচ্ছি? এনিওয়ান? why we are getting the average value negative?
ওই ডায়োড দিয়ে পুরোটা যাচ্ছে কিন্তু থাইরিস্টারে পুরোটা যাচ্ছে না।
একদম, because my negative half cycle is greater than my positive half cycle. তাহলে আমি ডায়োডটাকে উল্টো দিকে করে দিই, থাইরিস্টরটাকে এইদিকে করে দিই, তাহলে আমি কি পাবো?
আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
পজিটিভ হাফ সাইকেল পাবো, নেগেটিভ
হ্যাঁ,
হাফ
থাইরিস্টারটা সেকেন্ড হাফে চালালেই হবে।
একদম থাইরিস্টরটা সেকেন্ড হাফে চালিয়ে, তাহলে এইটাকেও মডিফাই করে we can get a positive average voltage. ঠিক আছে, that is one modification you can do in the circuit.
স্যার
বলো তেল
ব্যাপার আছে ইনভার্টার ওই শর্ট সার্কিট ফল্টের কত ব্যাপার আছে ইনভার্টারের, যেমন ওই যে দুটো সুইচ যদি একসাথে ইনস্ট্যান্ট অফ না হয়, একটা অফ আর একটা অন না হয় ইনস্ট্যান্ট।
না, এখানে ওখানে কি হচ্ছিল দেখো, ভালো করে মনে করে দেখো, এখানে সোর্স ছিল, দুটো সুইচ একই লেগেছিল, মানে সিরিজে
হ্যাঁ
কানেক্ট ছিল। সিরিজে কানেক্ট হলে কি হবে, দুটো অন হয়ে গেলে এটা শর্ট হয়ে যেত, কিন্তু এটা কিন্তু একটা অন, মানে প্যারালালে কানেক্টেড, ঠিক আছে? মানে এটা যখন অন
হুম
হচ্ছে এটা তখন অফ, কারণ এই সাইকেলটা পড়ছে, পজিটিভ সাইকেল পড়ছে, তখন এটা অফ, ঠিক আছে?
হুম
যদি আমি এরকম ভাবে দুটো থাইরিস্টার পর পর কানেক্ট করতাম, দেন দেয়ার কুড হ্যাভ বিন আ চান্স and that one, but
হুম
over here these are connected in parallel, ঠিক আছে? মানে তুমি ধরো একটা সোর্স নিয়েছো, দুটো সুইচ নিয়েছো, একটা সুইচ এখানে কানেক্ট করেছো, আর একটা রেজিস্ট্যান্স নিয়েছো, এখানে একটা সুইচ, তাহলে এই সুইচটা যখন অন হবে তখন এখান দিয়ে কারেন্ট ফ্লো করবে, যখন এই সুইচটা অফ থাকবে এখান দিয়ে কোনো
হুম
কারেন্ট
হুম
নেই, তাহলে ওইটাই করা হচ্ছে, অ্যান্টি প্যারালাল লাগানো হচ্ছে। অ্যান্টি প্যারালাল কেন বলছে, একটা এদিকে যাচ্ছে একটা এদিকে যাচ্ছে, প্যারালাল কানেকশন বাট অ্যান্টি প্যারালাল, দুটোর ডাইরেকশন অপোজিট।
দুটো উল্টো দিকে।
হ্যাঁ, উল্টো। এটা আরেকটা ডিভাইস উই ক্যান ইউজ ইফ আই এম ইউজিং ফুল কন্ট্রোল, there is a track, হ্যাঁ, বাই ডাইরেকশনাল থাইরিস্টার, এরকম দেখতে হয়, এখানে একটা গেট পালস থাকে, মানে ইট ক্যান কন্ডাক্ট ইন বোথ ডাইরেকশন, কারেন্ট ক্যান ফ্লো ইন দিস ডাইরেকশন অলসো, দিস ডাইরেকশন, that is called a track. Instead of using two thyristors which would increase the cost, I could have used a track also. In many books you will find track using this circuit, using track. Power delivered to the load, সব সময় always power calculation should be RMS power, তাহলে RMS voltage square by R, by you can find out I naught RMS square into R, or you can write V naught RMS into I naught RMS, যে কোনো formula you can use, no problem. Okay, since V naught is already calculated, I can use directly this formula, I'll use this, otherwise you have to do one more step and calculate I naught RMS. Now input power factor, please remember this formula, input power factor, V naught RMS by Vs. Okay, so its actual formula comes from V naught RMS, I naught RMS cos phi. Output power, right? Since we consider all power electronic circuit lossless, whatever the input power will be equal to output power. So input supply is Vs, and we know the circuit is series, so Is will nothing be I naught RMS only. So this cancels out. So ultimately V RMS cos phi gives you Vs. From there you can calculate your cos phi. So that is Vs by VRMS. I have a check one more now. Just go through it. This should be the formula. I'll just check it and tell you next whether it is. Maybe I've done some mistake over here, but calculation is done like this only. Okay, so V naught RMS by Vs. So 224 by 230. It should be V naught RMS by Vs because cos phi can't be greater than 1. 230 by 240 can't be. So input power factor. So denominator should be positive. V naught average. Now V naught average is same formula will apply, Vm by 2 pi as told. You can calculate your I naught average, that will be V naught average by R. This minus indicates that my average current over here is negative. Okay, that means if this is I naught, this is negative over here. Now same problem I have taken for a full bridge, full wave AC voltage control. So now we'll use the RMS value for your full wave. This is the formula directly written. Now wherever first Vm, so Vm should be 230 root 2. So Vm should be 230 root 2. Alpha is associated with pi, so we should write pi by 4. Alpha is associated with sine, so we should write 45. So sine 2 into 45 by 2. This bracket.
স্যার এখানে তো শুধু রেজিস্ট্যান্স রয়েছে, তাহলে পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টর তো এমনি মানে ফিজিক্যালি 1 আসার কথা।
হ্যাঁ, ফিজিক্যালি 1 আসার কথা, অলমোস্ট ক্লোজ টু 1 আসে। ওই আরএমএস ভ্যালু আর অ্যাভারেজ ভ্যালু ডিফারেন্স চলে আসে বলে, মানে it should follow my sine wave, right? Output should follow my sine wave. তাহলে দেখো এই ওয়েভফর্মটা যদি কারেন্টটাও এই ফর্মে আসতো তাহলে দুটোই একই জায়গা থেকে শুরু হতো, কারেন্টটা কিন্তু এতটা ডিলে থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে 0। ওর জন্য ওই গ্যাপটার জন্যই তোমার এ আসে, ওই cos phi ব্যাপারটা আসে, ঠিক আছে? মানে তুমি যদি আলফা 0 করে দাও তাহলে তোমার কি হবে, এখানে আলফা যদি 0 করে দাও তাহলে ক্যালকুলেশন যদি তুমি করো এখানে, তাহলে এটা কত আসবে, 230 আসবে, তাই 230/231 আসবে, ঠিক আছে? আলফা 0 করো, সাইন 0 0, তাহলে এখানে 2 পাই, দেখো পাই পাই কেটে গেল, 2 2 কেটে গেল, আলটিমেটলি এই যে VRMS = VM√2, মানে এই VM হবে, তাই VM হচ্ছে 230, না এখানে ক্যান্সেল হয়ে যাবে আমার মনে হচ্ছে, 1/5 2 পাই মাইনাস 5 আলফা যদি 0 হয় তাহলে কি হবে? হ্যাঁ ঠিকই আছে, আলফা যদি 0 করো তাহলে এটা 0 হয়ে যাবে, এটা 0 হয়ে যাবে, এই পাই পাই ক্যান্সেল, এখানে কত হাফ আছে, তাহলে এখানে টু দি পাওয়ার হাফ মানে √2, এটা ক্যান্সেল আউট হয়ে যায়, √2 হয়ে যাবে, √2/√2 ক্যান্সেল আউট হয়ে যায়, 230 আসবে, তাহলে 230 কি হবে, 230/231 চলে আসবে। ওই যেহেতু ওই ওয়েভফর্মটা একটু ডিলেতে শুরু হচ্ছে ওর জন্য পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টরটা এর জন্য আসছে, ইনপুট পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টর বলে। ডায়োড রেকটিফায়ারে তুমি যদি ক্যালকুলেট করো cos phi তোমার আসবে 1 আসবে। Input power factor V0 RMS by Vs 219/304/230 is equal to 0.9535. All these calculations you have to do. Achha, one thing which we have done over here is your average and RMS value of your thyristor current. This is extra over here, which can be done for the previous things also. If you draw your current, ঠিক আছে, এবার অ্যাভারেজ ভ্যালু এন্ড আরএমএস ভ্যালু অফ থাইরিস্টর কারেন্ট আমি এই ওয়েভ ফর্ম থেকে বুঝিয়ে দিচ্ছি। এই ওয়েভ ফর্মটা ভালো করে রিকল করছো, ঠিক আছে? আমি যদি এইটাতেই ড্রয়িং করি, আই ড্র মাই থাইরিস্টর T1 কারেন্ট, IT1 ড্রয়িং করছি, হ্যাঁ IT1 একটা দেখলে বুঝতে পারবে, অন্যটা নিজেরা করে নিতে হবে। IT1 তাহলে IT1 কোন পয়েন্ট থেকে শুরু হবে, এই পয়েন্ট থেকে, এতটা 0 তোমার ততটা অফ ছিল, তারপর ফলো মাই দিস ওয়ান, রাইট? তারপর এতটা পিরিয়ড পুরো অফ, এতটা, তারপর তো এখান থেকে সাইকেল, তাই এতটা পিরিয়ড অফ, তাহলে এটা কত অবধি আসছে 2 পাই, কোন পয়েন্ট থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে আলফা, আফটার দিস সাইকেল উইল রিপিট এগেন এন্ড এগেন, তাহলে টাইম পিরিয়ড কত হয়ে গেল 2 পাই, সো 1/2 পাই ইন্টিগ্রেশন আলফা থেকে কত পয়েন্ট অবধি যাচ্ছে, এই পয়েন্টটা কত, এই পয়েন্ট অবধি যাচ্ছে, এই পয়েন্টটা কত আমার পাই, সো আলফা 2 পাই, সো 1/2 পাই ইন্টিগ্রেশন আলফা টু 2 পাই, বা তুমি এটা ডাইরেক্ট লিখতে পারতে 1/2 পাই integration alpha to 2 pi, because my formula states 1 by time period integration 0 to time period only, but from pi to 2 pi it is 0, তো ওর জন্য লিমিটটা ব্রেক করে নিতে হবে, তো আলফা টু পাই হবে। দেখো এখানে কোয়েশ্চেন, আই থিংক উই হ্যাভ ডান দিস সেম অনলি 1/2 pi alpha to pi, y divided by r, because we are calculating current, so we'll do the integration, get this. Similarly, we'll do this RMS and get this value over here and substitute. ঠিক আছে, তার মানে অলওয়েজ আমরা যেটা আগেও পড়েছিলাম, like the problem which we have solved in inverter 3-phase rectifier, calculate the RMS and average value of thyristor current. So you should understand the operation of the circuit and try to understand for which period my T1 is on. So during this period my T1 was on, only during this period, so only during this period only I'll get the current in the whole cycle. So So if you are drawing T2, so during this first cycle T2 was off, right? Up to this period T2 was off. After that, after a gap delay of this one, gap of this one, okay, not negative, sorry, positive current always. T1 current, thyristor current always positive, so not negative, positive current. So T2 will again continue from this pi plus alpha to 2 pi. Again that gap is again alpha to pi only, and time period is 0 to 2 pi. So very important, you have to draw your IT1, IT2, then only you can write your equation for this. Then you have to do the derivation. Okay. Vm square sin square omega t, it will give this one only. If you write this equation, একটা জিনিস shortcut তোমাকে বলে রাখছি, if you write this equation and skip one step, you can directly write this one. So এটা integrate করে you will get this one only, and after that if you integrate it you will get this one only. All formulas are same. দেখো লিমিটটা চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে, omega t minus sin to omega t by 2, omega t minus sin to omega t by 2, limit change, omega t minus sin to omega by 2, ঠিক আছে, alpha to 2 pi। মানে আমি এরকম ভাবে মনে রাখি, এই স্টেপটা আমি I skip it because it's for showing you, but in your exam one such calculation will be there, so you please show the step, but to remember you can skip this step and understand this one and direct to this one. So please make a formula list for this one. Next day I thought of completing this today only, but next day we will study this integral cycle control and end this AC voltage control. We can start with cyclocontrol. Only 3 slides are there for this, just simple calculation, then we'll start with AC voltage control. সিমুলেশনটা আমি পাঠিয়ে দেবো, তোমরা দেখে নিও, মডিফাই করে নিজেরা ভ্যালুস গুলো মডিফাই করে ইউ জাস্ট চেক দ্য সিমুলেশন। ঠিক আছে, তাহলে এন্ড করছি মিটিং।